Heyo everybody, Haku here with my read-through or reaction. I can never get through an intro for Marriage-Toxin chapters 13 onward. I'm extremely excited to be back. For those of you who saw my recent update video, you know why I took so long off of everything, and I didn't want to do this while I couldn't really get into it, you know what I mean? Because I have loved Marriage-Toxin so far. So the schedule, coming back to it, my plan is at the very least, we're going to start off like all the stuff I'm reading, like 20 to 30 minutes, at least like once a week, maybe once a week or so, like if I can't do it every single week. But I'd like to do it every single week. And then we'll see how it goes. And for the series that I'm like, I want to do longer videos, maybe we can lengthen that. Or if I want to do it more often, we can. But it kind of feels like rather than doing it more often, like once a week is probably as often as it's going to be. I just might decide that hour videos are fine rather than just 30 minutes. But yeah, probably like 3-ish chapters at least, just to get the 20-30 minute mark, kind of get back into things. I'm excited. It might take me a bit to remember names and remember everything again. I did reread a bit of like the last chapter and everything. We had Naruko, the sound user and stuff, is kind of the antagonist going on here. Kinosaki and Gero are helping this one girl with her like college trip out at the woods and stuff, kind of like your general thing you'll see in anime a lot. Yeah, I guess that is it. So let's just go ahead and start reading chapter 13. Reading the thing on the side. I always read that first. The orientation trip is in full swing as the battle with the sound user is about to go down. Delving deeper into Ureshino's Ureshino, that was her name. Ureshino's bodyguarding story at the speed of sound. And then, now what you've all been waiting for, let the test of courage begin. Your destination is that temple. Or so I wanted to say. But since that'd be a bit too dangerous, your real goal is the cutout board we've left midway. We'll give each group a selfie stick, so pair up and snap a picture together, and don't forget the flash. Alright everyone, get out there and have fun like it's your last. I mean, Gero's just serious face, but then like the funny comedy faces from Ureshino and Kinosaki, so cute. And we have him going through the woods with Ureshino. Gero-kun, this is your chance. Have you ever heard of the suspension bridge effect? It's when you confuse the thrill of fear with love. What? The mood's important, got it? You have to use these opportunities or you'll always be single. Why is he enjoying this so much? I'm the one looking to get married. Thanks. Huh? Thank you for going to such lengths for me. Be honest, I'm a burden, aren't I? If I just listened and stayed at home, and stayed safe at home, your job would be much easier, right? Wouldn't matter. On the contrary, a place like this limits the attacker. But if there were one thing I'd ask of you, it'd be this. Just forget all your troubles and make the most of this trip. You only have a few experiences like this in your whole life, right? There's no need to waste it. Just because someone's out to get you. That's why I'm here. Gero-sa, and then it's just the cutout board. Like she screams, it's just the cutout board. This is a selfie stick? How do I... I'll take it. Ready, say, brisket. And then she's looking at the phone, blushing. Oh? And like, it's this, like, creepy evil god marker instead of his face in the thing. Gero-san? And he's gone. Gero-san, I have to find him. Gero-san, there you are. And he turns around and it's the marking on the face again. She screams as it shambles towards her. And she starts running toward the temple and slams herself in. Shiori. What? Is that you, Dad? But how? Since you've been chosen, Chladni's offering, you've entered the limbo between life and death. I never imagined we'd get to have a drink together like this. Dad? Why? Why did you choose me to inherit the family business? And then the face splits open to reveal another beneath it. It was a bad call. So I wonder, is this the sound user's like manipulation causing her to hallucinate or something? What? You're my daughter, so I thought you could handle it. and it splits open. I was mistaken. You aren't the one. So we went from like happy to sad to angry. You aren't the one who... Aren't you the one who knows it best? You're weak. Even if you try your hardest, you'll just suffer for it. Shiori, you'll never be strong. It splits again. It's okay though. Just let it all go. Living up to everyone's expectations has been hard on you, hasn't it? And we see her walking towards the noose. And again, I think this might just be the sound user's way of trying to assassinate her via having her do it herself. I can't take it, is repeating in her mind. I want peace. And then she starts to put the noose around her neck. Deep down, it's been hard. But even more than that, I was thrilled that everyone enjoyed my performance, and she throws the noose away and tries to run. I don't know if I'll ever be strong, but even so, I'm not gonna give up. Huh? And then she tries to walk out, but it's just a cliff. What awaits me from this height is only death. What should I do? How can I survive this? My bag, selfie stick, snacks, cough drops. That river's too shallow, cutout board, umbrella. My folding umbrella. And she tries to use the umbrella, but it just breaks instantly. Not enough. I can't die like this. It's not fair to everyone who did their best to protect me. There's got to be another way. And then we see Gero. It looks like he puts his hand into the water and then uses that. It looks like he's throwing his fist forward. But then... Gosh, I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me take this in. Or is that him coming up out of the water and then rushing towards her? And he stretches something out to catch her, it seems like. And he's able to grab her. Or is it like... Interesting. Is he like molding the water in his hands? And it's like squishing around her face? Again, the order of these panels is really confusing to me. Is he like using like gel to soften her fall? This is from the party. It's the water-absorbing polymer. And then staging suicide or making it look like a terrible accident would be their only options. Your relatives would immediately be suspected otherwise. They'd be in no position to even mention the inheritance at that point. Yeah, that's right. That's why such a thoroughly planned trap was laid, and the legend of Chladni was your doing, I assume. So yeah, interesting. It is exactly that. Because he's right, the family wouldn't be able to go after the inheritance, so they had to make it look like a suicide or accident. And now we have Naruko like walking down the side of the cliff. Naruko, the sound user. And then the battle of the specialists commences at last. Saved, killed, what will be your fate? That was an insanely good chapter. That was incredibly good. Like, that was really, 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 really good. So, it was really, really good. And I'm excited because that's our first chapter of the read-through, which means if the fight is starting, we get to do the fight here. So yeah, that was a little over 8 minutes. I'm really excited. Let's go ahead and go into chapter 14. Also, I did mention it before with the previous girl, where I'm like, the previous girl is like such a good candidate for whoever ends up with Gero, that I'm like, how do you like anyone else? But Ureshino is like such a good character. Again, I liked her already, but even last chapter was just so good for her as a character. It's like, in the end, it's like, how's Gero going to choose? I assume he's probably just going to end up with Kinosaki, because that seems like the kind of thing this is going for. Then again, that doesn't solve the problem, though. The problem is that he needed to find someone to carry on the family line because his sister is a lesbian. He didn't want her forced into marriage, which is like the entire good moral of this. So if he ends up with Kinosaki, he doesn't really get to carry on the family line, which is still a problem, unless the solution is just them being like, hey, we don't need to have actual kids to do this. Like, he could adopt somebody or something. So I'm not against him ending up with Kinosaki. I feel like, again, that seems like the obvious place a story like this goes to, but it's just so hard. It's like, does he end up with the first girl who was a great character? Does he end up with Ureshino, who's a great character? And what I hate about Like, can he please go the harem route? Let's go the harem route. Because, like, what I hate about series with, like, love triangles and stuff, or multiple people that are into one person, it's like somebody always loses. And usually one of the characters I like is the one that ends up losing. And I'm like, don't fall for the main female lead, fall for, like, this side character who likes you, who's a really good character. Like, it's always, somebody always has to lose in situations like that, and I hate it. So yeah, either way, I just really like her, and it bums me out to know that there's so many characters that are like good choices for Gero, and it's like, who's he actually gonna end up with? Not saying Kinosaki isn't an amazing choice. I would go the like if I was Gero, Kinosaki route in a second, in a heartbeat. But either way, let's continue on for chapter 14. We have Naruko walking down the side of the cliff. Poison versus sound. The battle finally begins. It's so good. You're quite skilled, sound user. Gero-san. The instant we took that picture at the cutout board, you plunged Ureshino into a hallucination. Immediately after, you attacked me with a shockwave, leaving me disoriented, and splitting me off from Ureshino. You're feistier than I expected, and he just walks up to her while Gero's still looking up at the cliff. I think I'm gonna have a hella good time. And he grabs onto what I can't tell if it's an instrument or headphones over his shoulder, and Gero turns and goes for an attack. It's okay, suicide or an accident. I'll keep it all in tune with our ways. Ureshino, it's dangerous to stay here, we have to move. I can't stand up, she says. I'm too scared. Damn, I guess there's no other way. Get on. I should be used to this after Kinosaki. And then I prepared him, Mei Kinosaki. But she grabs onto the front instead. His face. It's so good. I don't think this is... never mind. Just hold on tight. K. And then he injects himself. And we see Naruko hitting one of the threads. Altered lineage. Amplified. Mind whisper. Because he had it all set up throughout the woods already. And then... what's going on? Ah, found you. And then, Haku, I can't tell what that says. Something. What are you talking about? Say it again. Sorry, I didn't notice. Why are you here? Do you feel sick? Do you want to go home? I can't hear you. You haven't talked at all. Do you have any friends? And then, just a guess, and we have more of that going on. But it's probably some kind of mental attack. And then, like, all you do is sneak attack, right? I guess you can be cute. You're not or good at this kind of thing. And then, his physical abilities are like the loudest fortissimo, this must be the legendary hidden ability, the poison user's altered lineage. As much as it's an honor to face you, this whole mountain is in range of my mind whisper. Escape is hella impossible, and he just kicks back his legs in the recliner in a tree. Ureshino, use these earplugs. Gero-san, I've got something else we can use. Noise-canceling headphones. He has the usual streamer, like, cat ear headphones. Noise-canceling headphones. And we can pair them and then talk. Gero-san, they look great on you. And we have Gero in the cat streamer ear or headphones. Alright. Plugging your ears is a bad move. Once Mind Whisper builds up, the blades of sound will bore right through you. And then cat ears look stupid on you, and he dodges it. Don't listen. Feel it out. This toxin strengthens my mind and heightens my tactile sense to its maximum limit. And then, you aren't cut out for this. You rip off. Toxin. Lunar Pike. Then, no sweat. You're not the target anyway, poison user. And we see it starting to affect Ureshino. Ureshino? No. Attacking me isn't his goal. He's transmitting directly into her headphones. And then she rushes off. Just as I thought. It's not just her dad that stirs her up. She's got a whole treasure trove of trauma I can exploit. I can crush her heart again and again and again and again. Ureshino? Uncle. And we have the huge hallucination of him bending the trees. You know, don't you, how I feel about you? You're nothing but dead weight. Having to do everything for you, dealing with the shareholders. I'm sick of it. That's why I agreed to let you go on the trip. He was on board with the plan to kill you the whole time, or that's why he agreed to let you go on the trip. He was on board with the plan to kill you this whole time. You don't have a single ally. And then he gets kicked in the side of the head by Gero. Bullshit. Before hiring me, your uncle interviewed countless bodyguards. He had no know-how, so he ended up hiring dud after dud. He paid pricey fees to cancel each contract. He only reached out to me after reading an obnoxiously long 1,000-word review. Only after that did he feel he could trust me to protect you. And we have Kitame, aka Hime Love. He's the real deal, an angel sent from heaven to save us. Our salvation. Hallelujah. No joke, for real. For real, the best. He's seriously the best. And then that's one of Hime something. I don't remember it. Something Hime something. That was one of the people that hired him to help with her. And then we see him knocked out. Would someone go to those lengths if they thought you were a burden? Or I should specify for those of you just listening, not reading along yourself, the hallucination, knocked out. You're right, she smiles. Forgive me, Ureshino. This'll be easier with you asleep. And he puts her to sleep. Of course a poison user would be adept at handling hallucinations. You're listening, aren't you, Naruko? Your hallucination and brainwashing tricks draw out memories and feelings from deep in one's subconscious and amplifies them. It's true that Ureshino has a lot of trauma in her life. It's true that her uncle agreed to let her go on the overnight trip. But that's only a piece of the puzzle. Her uncle only gave in because you amplified his urge to give in. Ureshino knows she's weak, but she's trying her best to overcome it. I won't let you abuse her anymore. He holds the pieces of her shattered heart together. What a great chapter once again. Like, it's funny comedic stuff, plus it's like cool action stuff and the powers. I really enjoy it. But the biggest thing is just the character work. The character work is so good. And that's like the main theme, the main focus here. It's incredible. Again, developing each of these potential romance partners as characters and doing so in such a deep and interesting and cool way. It's amazing. I think Himekawa, maybe that was her name, the first one. I'm forgetting her name. All I remember, she likes sharks. I remember her backstory and everything. Joshua, of course. But either way, let's go on to chapter 15 for now. What? We're starting with Kinosaki. This is exciting. This is amazing. Kinosaki, Gero-kun, Ureshino-san. And then, what the face? What's with those ears? And how he's carrying her. I just thought you guys were running late. Little did I know. Good thing I put GPS trackers on us. And then we have Kitami. I gave it to them, guy from chapter 4. Gero-kun, are you okay? I might have went a little too hard, but never mind me. Kinosaki, take Ureshino and get away from this village. GPS. Hokido, and then, oh, she's back awake now. Okay. Hold on. It feels like we skipped something. No, this is the next chapter. Okay. Weird. Alright. I might have went a little too hard, but never mind me. Kinosaki, take Ureshino and get away from this village. GPS. Okie dokie. Wait, what? Due to the nature of his mission, he'll likely try to get rid of me first to clear any roadblocks. After all, I've already ruined his plans twice. Just go. I'm gonna take care of Naruko. While I'm gone, I'm entrusting you with Ureshino's safety. Man, Kinosaki's so pretty. He is best girl. Again, yeah, he's best girl. So good. Hold up. I'm just here to advise you on finding a marriage partner. Fine, just this once. You owe me some crazy expensive sushi later. Just, like, the most attractive manga character. I don't know if I've ever been this down bad for a manga character. Just, I don't know. The way the author, the artist, designed Kinosaki's face is just, like, perfection. Thanks. Okay, let's go. Wait, Ureshino? I knew it. He took the risk of coming in close to install this tiny speaker so he can amplify his hallucinations and brainwashing ability. Okay, so that's when it happened. Way back then. I'm still not sure under what terms his abilities operate, but interesting. I guess if he's gonna keep coming at us from where he's hidden, I'll just have to drag him out. And we see he's now just relaxing in like a little like barrel bath. If I focus on the target, he might just use the chance to stab me in the back while I'm not looking. This is hella annoying. Hella annoying. I'll take out the poison user first, then take my time finishing off Ureshino. Perfect. I'm in peak condition. It's time for the climax, the final movement. And then we have weak, loser, unfit. He's pulling out all the stops to kill me. Outside, his toxic gases would just disperse and lose efficacy. And his needles are useless from this range. How will he try to come at me? And we have him charging up a tree. But we have all of the wires and strings set up ahead of time. And he uses the Joker Fresh Cleaner from before. Shred these wires and your tricks will no longer work. But it doesn't work. The wires repelled it. The strings are vibrating at a hella high frequency. Any liquid that touches them bounces right off. It's finally time. And we see this huge, like, mark of Chladni. Altered lineage amplified. Grand actor. And he has just the huge, like, fish Aang from the end of Book 1 of Avatar version of himself. And it punches down and knocks back Gero into a tree. You gotta be kidding me, what the hell? It's a mass of vibrations, to be exact. It's soil, branches, and grass condensed into one dense mass. Even if you knew what it really is, there's nothing you can do about it. Dodge my mind whisper all you like, and we have just quit. You have bad taste. Lame. All that awaits you is the hella sweet coda. And then he goes for another punch. Of your life. Alright? And then Naruko is shocked. It's not moving. Even its legs? Why, what did he do? And he jumps out from the bath. Did he cut the trees instead of the wires? No, everything seems normal. He didn't wither them with poison either. Actually, they look healthier than ever. No, it can't be. Did he make him hallucinate? Or he, like, made the plants grow to protect him? Your friends seem to really like my special medicine, and we have Jacked and the Beanstalk. The flaw in your ability is the need for perfect tuning. As the trees grow, they, as well as your wires, shift, making your precise sound abilities impossible to carry out. Show's over. In the deepest part of everyone's heart, there sleeps disquiet. The seeds have been sown. All I have to do is amp them up. I love the art in this series as well. Hey, you two, we've got a huge issue. Check it out over here. And Kinosaki and Ureshino make it back. Oh no, that was our only way out. And there's been a landslide blocking the road. Someone got sick during the test of courage, and we were using the bus to take them to the hospital. Then we saw that. It's risky to hike down a mountain we don't know much about. We should just stay put and wait for help. What the? Oh my. And then they can see the giant in the distance. And it starts affecting all of the people. Ah, yes. Looks like it came to its senses. And then, it's the wrath of Chladni. The curse is real. We're done for. I don't want to die. Save us. No. An offering. We must follow tradition and offer the youngest among us to Chladni. It's true, fighting you was my top priority. But know this. Not once did I stop assaulting Ureshino. Freshmen, take out your student IDs. September 27th, February 4th, October 10th, May 5th, March 20th, March 31st, and then Japanese school year begins in April, making her the youngest. If you think you can stop the seeds of panic from growing, you're hella wrong. Onward to the climax, the panic and violence can't be stopped. I have to keep reading. This is so good. This is straight up one of my favorite, like, recent new manga. It's so good. That's why I gotta make videos. I gotta keep preaching the word because it is incredible. That was such a good chapter once again. Like, chapter after chapter, these have been great. Like, the character work is so good. The characters and powers are so cool. The art is just some of my favorite right now, period. Oh, man. I love this. But yeah, I love it. Since I'm not planning to end here, let's just go on to chapter 16. Okay, we're starting with Kinosaki and Ureshino running away from the other students. And then, it's only a matter of time before the target meets her end. If you don't stop me, they'll continue to run wild. And then we have the sound waves wrapping around his arm, and it looks like maybe his arm starts to vibrate, and he uses it to slice through a tree and chop it into a violin, and he uses his hair to make the strings. I love just the over-the-top nature of the powers in combat. It's insane. Here comes a sound attack. Again, if this does ever get an anime, I really hope it gets a good treatment from a good studio, because that can be like make or break for like popularity and stuff. And then he throws the actual violin itself as a weapon. And Gero dodges out of the way and he dashes past. All of that was a bluff to make an opening for his escape? Where is it? If I can just find it, then I've got this fight in the bag. Poison user, you're hella cruel. Say you save the target and she becomes the CEO. All you're doing is amplifying her misery. She'll be shunned by her family. The heavy burden will be too much for her. She's far too fragile. Scumbags will drag her down to their level. The weight of this rotten world. To survive this ruthless world, the weak, exposing themselves to the world of the strong, is nothing short of tragedy. No matter their potential, no matter if they train hella hard, in the world of the strong, and we're getting his flashback even, the weak perish. If a vessel can't answer to the savage valor inside them, it'll cut at them until they're nothing. And it seems like he had to take down the other potential sound user, potential heir to the sound user name. People like the target, the hella weak, are better off living in a box, free from anguish. Hey, Naruko? Are you scared? I know you know Ureshino's true strength. She broke free from the memories you amplified all by herself. People like you and me were made strong. But aren't people like Ureshino who try to overcome their weakness on their own the strongest of all? And then he smiles. You and I just don't vibe. I finally found it. The primo healing spot. Naruko's abilities aren't suited for hand-to-hand combat. To keep his audience wrapped, he needs to be in perfect condition. Thus, forests are a perfect spot. The chemical fight inside the trees emit pushes his powers to the max. No, even further than that. This hollow, filled with fight inside, has amazing potential. The best of the best. Ah, yes, it feels so good. And then, the greatest high of my life, the greatest highest high of my life. With this, I'll command the sound of the entire forest and bring it down on the poison user. He's hella dead. Altered lineage amplified. Canon. And then, oh my god, the art's incredible. This is just the best new manga. Holy shit, I love those 2 pages. That's so good. Wait, this isn't fight inside. It's a very similar toxic gas. He figured out what my ability needs and lured me into this trap. No, it's not over yet. And then we see him I don't know if he's blowing the air out. If I exhale the poison and get out of here, I can still. And I love again showing his lungs and everything. But then Gero covers his mouth. Oh no you don't. It's a water-absorbing sound user. You're a brilliant specialist, but I knew that to employ complex abilities such as yours, there'd have to be special conditions to fulfill. Much like how I put my life in danger to improve my physical abilities, you need some kind of healing, don't you? I used that need to my advantage. That was my first time handling fight inside. Making it a toxic gas was a huge pain in the ass. But, like you, poison users don't prefer hand-to-hand combat. Assassination and traps are our specialty. And he punches him away. And we have ringing. Oh, it's him on the phone. Hey, Kinosaki? Damn it, no answer. A poison user. I'm hella thankful that you believed my lie. You may have stopped me, but the panic lives on. Did you find her? No. No other choice then. Let's just offer the second youngest. Ureshino-san, looks like there's a narrow old road into town on the west side of the village. Kinosaki-san? I'm going back. Back to the others. Are you crazy? If you go back, you might get killed. Let's run while we still have time. I can't do that. I can't just save myself. If I run, they'll just get another person to sacrifice instead of me. This trip was supposed to be a chance for all of us to make fun memories. Instead, it's turning into something everyone will regret for the rest of their lives. And then, I can't let this happen. I have an idea. The enemy's defeated, but it's still not enough to save everyone. And that's where I'll end to wait for next week's video. Incredible. 4 incredible chapters in a row. That was so good. The first chapter was really, really, really good character work for Ureshino, and somehow the 3 after it kept stepping it up. Like, again, it's incredible. Like I keep saying with Chainsaw Man as well, this feels special. This feels different. The art is like some of my favorite. It's incredible. But also the fact that it's really funny, the comedy's good, and the action is really, really cool too, but it serves as a vessel to give us this really, really great character writing. I truly think this is incredible. I'm so down bad for Kinosaki. I would have loved more Kinosaki. But yeah, that was incredible. That was so good. That was insanely good. Either way though, I guess I'll just end the video here though. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, share this series around. Whether you share my videos or not, don't really care. Share the manga around. Tell other people to read this. This is so good. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe, comment what you thought of my thoughts, reaction, all that. Subscribe for more, much more on the channel. Like I said, be trying to do it every week. Got a bunch of other manga and webtoons and anime and stuff like that coming. If you want to talk to me on Twitter, it's like Twitter/Haku of the Tubes or whatever. Link will be in the description. If you want to talk to me on Discord, server's free and open for anyone. Just ask and I can give you a link to it. If you would like to I don't know, if you'd like to help support the channel on Patreon, patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description. If you would like to join, become a channel member, it's right down there below. And either way, channel members and patrons get a shout out at the end of every video. So thank you to them. Big thank you to Chosen Regular Evan Hawley, Magical Girls FR Nono and Waria, and Cheriton student David Langstaff and Slayer candidate SG. Huge, massive thank you to them. Most of them have been supporting for a really long time too. It's so appreciated. They're so incredible. But so are you, just for watching. All of you who watch and comment, or watch and don't even comment, you just kind of lurk, because that's the way I am with the stuff I watch. Huge thank you for just being here, for being a part of it. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.